Okay. Okay. So in cellular network today we have to study that article. The article is nothing but the receiver noise computation. So before proceeding that article, we will study what is meant by a noise. What is meant by a noise? Noise is any unwanted signal that can be received in our receiver. That can be received in our receiver, and that noise we want to remove at any instant of time. That we want to remove. Okay. Then second thing is that a term that you are already studying. The term is nothing but a noise figure. The term is nothing but a noise figure. Generally, the noise figure will be abbreviated by a notation capital F. The noise figure will be abbreviated by a notation capital F. Okay, so what is meant by a noise figure? So we are simply taking a device. The device is such that generally the device will be an op-amp. Generally the device will be an op-amp. Okay, in that device we are already familiar with that there are some part of the input and a part of the output. Okay, some part of the input and some part of the output. Again, the noise at the input is called as the S1 and 1. Okay, S1 and 1. At the output is S2 and 2. At the output is S2 and 2. So simply the noise figure is nothing but an ratio of the ratio of a signal to noise ratio and the input and signal to noise ratio of the output of the receiver. Okay. Generally, it can be also termed as an ideal receiver noise. It can be also called as the ideal receiver noise. It can be also called as the ideal receiver noise. That term you are already studied in case of the principle of electronic communication, but we are going to revise for our noise computation. Okay. Then second thing is that noise at the receiver arises due to the different factors, in which the most of the important factor is nothing but a thermal effect. The noise are generally arise due to the thermal effect. Noise will be arises due to the thermal effect. That noise is called as the thermal noise. That noise is called as the noise arises due to thermal effect is called as a thermal noise. This is very important to characterize the or to minimize that noise from the receiver. From the receiver, that is what we have to remove that thermal noise effect from the receiver. From the receiver, for which we have the different parts of the error. For which we are having the different parts of the error. This error can be bit error. Okay, if error is nothing but a bit error, I think you are already studied the BER, bit error. What do you mean by the bit error? The error arises at the receiver due to the thermal effect. That error is called as a bit error. That error is called as a bit error. Okay, that bit error calculation of all the noise will be in terms of the power spectral density or in terms of their power, for which for calculating the power we are calculating the power spectral density, PSD. PSD is nothing but power spectral density. Power spectral density, as you are already familiar with that, power in terms of the any part of the wireless communication will be calculated in terms of the decibel. Will be calculated in terms of the decibel, and decibel will be abbreviated as dB. Decibel will be abbreviated as dB. D is small and B is capital. Again, we will finding the noise power received in case of the receiver. Noise power received in case of the receiver. So received noise power will be given by a formula. Receiver noise power will be given by a formula eta 0 into B. Eta 0 into B. Why we are taking B here? B is nothing but a bandwidth. B is nothing but a bandwidth, and always you are know that bandwidth will be measured in terms of the hertz. The bandwidth will be measured in terms of the hertz. So eta 0 into B. Always we are familiar with that. The power spectral density eta 0 is nothing but the power spectral density. You can abbreviate it as PSD also. Power spectral density, you can abbreviate it as PSD also. The power spectral density eta 0 is given by a formula. The formula is KTF. Eta 0 is equal to KTF. Okay, where K is nothing but the Boltzmann constant. K is nothing but the Boltzmann constant. The value of Boltzmann constant is constant and will be given as 1.38 into 10 raised to power minus 23. 1.38 into 10 raised to power minus 33 is a constant value given for Boltzmann constant. T is nothing but a temperature that can be measured in Kelvin. Temperature that can be measured in terms of the Kelvin. As you are familiar with that, there are different parts of the measurement of temperature: Kelvin, degree Celsius, or degree centigrade. Okay, in which we are using the Kelvin for the measurement of temperature. The second thing is that you are well known familiar with that the temperature in terms of degree Celsius can be measured as degree Kelvin. The relation is that 0 degree Celsius or centigrade is equal to minus 273.15 degree Kelvin. 0.15 degree Kelvin. So, in terms of if you are studying the numericals, for which gas conversion is needed, if the temperature is given in degree centigrade. But most of the time, as per our formula, the temperature is given in terms of the Kelvin. The temperature is given in terms of the Kelvin. And third one is nothing but F. F is nothing but a noise figure. F is nothing but a noise figure. As discussed previously, noise figure is the ratio of the signal to noise ratio at the input to the signal to noise ratio at the output. We can take also the ideal receiver condition to the received condition. Okay, the ratio of your ideal condition to the received condition of the power will be also calculated as the signal to noise ratio. Will be also calculated as the signal to noise ratio. For which we are simply taking one of the example in which we can find the power spectral density. A simple example will be taken. For which we are remembering that formula, it is equal to KTF, where K is nothing but a Boltzmann constant whose value is equal to 1.38 into 10 raised to power minus 23. T is nothing but a temperature measured in Kelvin. If the temperature is given in degree centigrade, then the 0 degree centigrade is equal to minus 273.15 degree Kelvin, and third is nothing but a noise figure. Noise figure is nothing but a ratio of signal to noise ratio at the input to the signal to noise ratio at the output. Okay, we'll take a simple one numerical in which the different values are given. In which the simple numerical, in which the simple value is given, we will take an example. We'll directly take as a given data given in our system. We have to find out the power spectral density. We have to find out the power spectral density, in which at any receiver constant, the temperature is given T is equal to 293 Kelvin. Here the temperature is already given in Kelvin, so no need of the any conversion. The noise figure is given as a 5 dB. At the time of solving this numerical, if the noise figure is given in terms of the dB, because as we have known that noise figure is the ratio of the same quantity, signal to noise ratio input, signal to noise ratio output. The unit is going to be cancelled. But here the noise ratio is given with the unit called as the decibel. So we need to take that decibel with respect to the power of 10. With respect to the power of 10. So if the noise figure is given as 5 decibel, then we will put that 10 raised to power 0.5. 10 raised to power 0.5. The tens power in terms of the tens power will need to be put over here. Then second thing is that we are given different types of the bandwidth. Bandwidth is given as B is equal to 30 kilohertz. B is equal to 30 kilohertz. As we are well known familiar with that, any of the quantity of bandwidth we will calculate it in terms of the hertz. So it is simply given as 30 into 10 raised to power 3 hertz. We will simply calculate it as 30 into 10 raised to power 3 hertz. Because here kilo is given. If here mega is given, we will take 10 raised to power 6 kilo, mega, giga and tera. We will increase the power as per given in our numerical. So simply the value should be given in terms of the power spectral density. The formula for power spectral density will be given by eta 0 is equals to KTF. Eta is equals to KTF. Simply put the value and calculate it. K is nothing but a 2. Sorry, K is nothing but a Boltzmann constant. We need to put the value of Boltzmann constant as and 10 raised to power 0.5. By solving it, we will take a value. The value we will solve it on scientific calculator. The value is approximately equal to 1.28 into 10 raised to power minus 20. 1.28 into 10 raised to power minus 20. You may solve the such numerical in the same way. You can solve the same numericals of the same way. Okay. If we have to calculate the power spectral density in terms of the dB, then only you have to put that value in terms of the dB in the power of 10. Therefore, if you have to calculate the power spectral density in terms of the dB, it is the normal quantity. But if you have to calculate it is in terms of the dB, if you have to calculate it is in terms of the dB, you have to simply put as 10 log to the base 10 into eta 0. 10 log 10 into the base 10 into eta 0. That means we are taking as 10 log 10 and put that value as 1.28 into 10 raised to power minus 20. That minus 20 comes over here and multiply by it, and simply we will solve log 10 1.28. Log 10 1.28. That means approximately the value of your eta 0 called as the power spectral density in terms of the decibel. Power spectral density in terms of the decibel will be approximately equal to minus 199 Weber per hertz. You may call it as Weber per hertz, or you may call it as in terms of the dB. Weber per hertz, or you may call it in terms of the dB. Okay, so that value should be given. You may call it as in terms of dB also. Okay, so the power spectral density in terms of the dB is also calculated, and power spectral density without decibel value in terms of is also calculated. Then the second point. Then the second point. Then the second point is nothing but the channel estimation techniques. channel estimation technique. So in which we have taken the one of the wireless model. The name of the wireless model can be expressed as wireless model can be expressed as y of k is equals to hx of k plus n of k, where h is nothing but the flat fading channel coefficient. Flat fading channel coefficient. So we will not putting the whole name. We will simply call as h is nothing but a channel coefficient. Let's simply say that h is nothing but a channel coefficient. For the sake of convenience, we are only to take the name as full name flat fading channel coefficient. What is meant by fading? Fading means to give an input. Fading means what? To give an input means that channel coefficient will be inserted in terms of your received signal. In terms of your received signal, so it is called as fading signal. So we are simply say that h is nothing but a channel coefficient. H is nothing but a channel coefficient for which we need to recover. We need to recover. What are doing over here? We are recovering your original signal. Y of k is nothing but a received signal. Okay. H of k is nothing but the input signal. This is the input signal. This is the output signal. That is received signal. That is input signal. For which input signal to calculate their loss or the destruction in the data will be calculated over here by equal to 0. We will take it next part. But for which we are placing or inserting a flat fading channel coefficient for which calculating that. For calculating that input received signal, to recover that input received signal, we are simply taken as if you have to find the value of this h of k, if you have to find the value of your h of k is simply nothing but this is n is nothing but the only to add the number of channels input we are placing that it is nothing but a constant quantity. The variable quantities are only what is nothing but the received signal and the input signal. They are simply calculated as h of k is nothing but 1 upon h y of k. We are simply putting over here and calculate this value of the received signal. Calculate the value of the received signal. Okay. We will calculate this by equals to 0, for which we are having the very lengthy derivation part. The second thing is that at the receiver or transmitter, we are placing in terms of the channel. So for placing this, there are number of values that we have to be taken over here. So the input signal that are taken, that are in terms of channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, n number of channels are there. So for which we have to calculate a term. The name of the term is the pilot symbol. The name of the term is the pilot symbol. The pilot symbol, maximum pilot symbols are here. They are representing in terms of the P. P is nothing but a pilot. Symbol is represented by L. So maximum pilot symbols are L, P. Okay. Since number of pilot symbols we will take, so pilot symbols are given for your transmitter as well as the receiver. Transmitter as well as the receiver. Means for the function of y of k and a function of x of k. So we are taking the number of pilot functions and the transmitter received input is equal x of p. X of p. Okay. For the input the function of x of p. P is nothing but the pilot function. For the first channel is given as 1. For the first channel is given as 1. For the second channel x of p, up to you can take this x of p for the n number of channels. For the n number of channels, for which we are already placing the pilot symbol for the n number of channels is given by L p to the power n. To the power n means number of pilot symbols that can be covered, that can be towards. Okay. Second thing, we can take at the output side also y of p of 1 comma okay, we'll take it for the n number for the output side also. We are taking for the n number of channels for the output side also. By deriving that, we need to remember the thing is that the channel the pilot symbol can be lies in between, the value of the k, the value of the k. Here the value is putting this all equations is that the value of your k for the y of p, the value of k is always lies in between 1 less than equal to k, less than equal to l to the power p. Number of pilot symbols are given over here that are always lying in the same condition. Remember for this two derivation when we are putting in the above equation. By putting that pilot symbol, we are take by putting that pilot symbol in the above equation, we will get an equation as y of p is nothing but a pilot symbol function of your k for the receiver is nothing but equal to h is nothing but your flat fading channel coefficient. H is nothing but a flat fading channel coefficient. We are simply called as the channel coefficient. X of p function of your k is nothing but your input pilot symbol function of your k. Then next is nothing but the n of k as usual. N of k is nothing but the as usual. For which, if we are simply saying that value in terms of if we have to calculate the channel coefficient. Okay, if we have to calculate the channel coefficient, means that we have to calculate the h. The h will be calculated in terms of the original symbol is called as the h cap. It's called as the h cap. This is nothing but a function of your h minimum. This is nothing but a function of your h minimum. Simply the function is given as arg h minimum. The function is given as arg h minimum, for which we are placing the value this value of your output function. The function is nothing but the y of the function is nothing but the y of the function is nothing but the y of your p of first pilot symbol minus h x of p of your first pilot symbol square. Okay, this formula will be continued for the n number of channels. The simply will take as okay, we are simply said as the for the second number of the pilot channel. Okay, then what happened to that thing? The thing is that we will calculate for the n number of the symbol. We will calculate it for the n number of the symbol for which if we are taking the n number of symbol, then the symbol will be abbreviated as discussed previously. We are taking the pilot symbol as l to the power p is the last or the n number of symbol. For n number of symbol we are taking l to the power p, for which we are taking the L to the power p. In terms of the same, we will take it as y of p, pilot symbol for the function of L of p, for the function of L of p minus is given as y of p L of p minus h x of p L of p square. Okay, is the function for the n number of the pilot symbol. For the n number of the pilot symbol, if we are abbreviated in terms of the summation, if we are abbreviated that in terms of the summation, it will be given as, you are well known with the symbol of summation, in which we are putting the value of the function of k, value of the function of the k. Here we are coming to k. Okay, here k is already to 1. Okay, we are coming to writing again. Okay, for the value of k is equals to 1 to the number of values, maximum value is nothing but a year. Maximum value is nothing but a year. We can take here as for your maximum number of values over here. The value will be given as a function of y of p. The function of y of p is nothing but the output of the received function. The function of k. The function of k minus h x of p minus h x of p function of k square is the maximum amount of the minimum function of the flat channel coefficient. Okay, this is the value for which we will put an equation for the same value. This is called as the lowest observation error. This is called as the lowest observation error. This lowest observation error will be given by symbolic representation theta h. Will be symbolic representation theta h. Theta is simply write as in such manner. Okay. Okay, it's just like we are saying that the theta h. This is nothing but the lowest observation error. This is nothing but the lowest observation error is the derivation for the channel estimation technique. It's the derivation for the channel estimation technique.